What up guys. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm back again with another tutorial, and today we are going to be working on this mouse setup. I hope for it to be short. It is an in-depth one. We are going to be doing this from scratch, and yeah, hopefully we can also get to animate it. I'm going to walk you through the process, my thought process of creating this scene, and how I created the textures plus the lighting. Yeah, and hopefully by the end of the tutorial you'll be able to make a render like this, and a simple animation that I'm going to show you at the end of the tutorial. With that being said, let's get started. I'm going to link this model into the description. I'm going to provide this model for those who want to follow up with me. But yeah, for now this is the model that we have. Nothing fancy about it. It's just a simple model. It's a simple clean model, and we are going to be setting it up like this. Yeah, I'm going to set it up like this. So first of all, the first thing I do whenever I have a project like this is I first set up my project dimensions. So I want it to be 2000 by 2000 square format. Yeah, since I'm going to post this on my TikTok. For those who follow me on TikTok, you've been seeing, you even saw the trailer for this. Yeah, so I'll set my render to Redshift renderer, and I'll put my frame rate to 25 because it's what I prefer for now. And then I'll start with building the scene. So I'll first create a cube, and this is going to be my two, I'll call them walls, but they are not necessarily walls. They're just like they're the bases of where the mouse is going to be placed. So I'll just bring this down a bit like this, and I rename this base. Yeah, base 1. And I'll give it a little bit of fillet. Yeah, that's enough. So this is what I want these ones to be, this and this, apart from the middle. So this and this. I'll go back to C4D, and then I create those bases as I've called them. So I'll pull this one like somewhere here, put it a bit below like there, bring it somewhere here, put it a bit below again, and then I want it to be able to complete my whole scene so that I don't have space behind there. I'll duplicate this. I'll bring this side like this and increase its size. Now don't worry about this space, because we are going to create a camera and we shall frame our shot well. So that is my list of worries right now. I wouldn't worry about that. I'll bring this up just a teeny bit like that. Yeah, and also increase this like that. Now this is base 2. Yeah, Now, unlike the other one, let me first increase the spacing between these two. I think that would be enough, something like that. And this one, increase it something like that. Now, unlike the other one where I had these bars in the middle running across, I'm going to they were running diagonally. I'm going to have them run vertically, yeah, for the sake of the tutorial. So I'll duplicate this again and then bring it in the middle. Now since I want them to run across, I'll reduce this. I'll reduce the size of this, yeah, and make them look like kind of just make them look like they are wooden planks. So I'll bring this up to like there, and then I'll go on a duplicating spree. Now you could just duplicate like that. It could work, but you're going to have your scene so cluttered. Your project side will be so cluttered and it will look messy. So what you would do here is put this in a cloner, yeah, put it in a cloner, and inside we have to increase, yeah. So how would let's see, yeah, I'll increase the I don't know that this is a Z or X axis, something like that, and I would reduce them a bit so you have something like that. You'd still have the same effect. Now I'm just going to increase this so that they can fill the whole place, something like that. The middle, just put like 20 of them, yeah, maybe 30, you know, and then just decrease a bit like that. So we'll have this be our plugs, and then we would put it in a null and call it base and plugs. Oh, sorry about that spelling, yeah, base and plugs. So right now I have almost 10% of the scene ready, yeah. Now the other part that would go into would be the framing part. I need to decrease the size between these guys, something like that. Even the size of our plug, but we made it smaller and made them more, yeah, made it smaller and then make them more, and then reduce this, something like that, because I just want a tiny space in between them, yeah, just want a tiny space in between them. Now at this point, this is when I create my camera. I add in a Redshift camera, and on this camera, as mentioned in my earlier on in my other tutorials, to avoid distortion. Okay, it really depends on the look you're going for, but I find product shots look more appealing when you use a tele kind of lens for focal length, a telefocal length for the camera, because you're going to have something that is head on and it won't look distorted. And right away, after setting up our scene, setting in the camera, we can already see that the scene is coming to life. Yeah, scene is coming to life. It is already taking shape. Yeah. I really hope I'm not going so fast. I would recap this, but there's no way to recap. Anyway, moving on, we just need to frame this just a little bit more, just a bit, something like that. I think I'm happy with this. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Let's first increase the fillet of this, bring it up a bit, just a teeny bit. You don't need to bring it up so much like that. That's enough. Even right here, I would bring it up just a teeny bit. See, that's enough. Yeah. And then at this point, this is when I introduce in the lights. This is when I introduce the lights. Now I'll create my dome light for starters, and this is just to give me an ambience. Now I'll run my Redshift render view so that I can now start beautifying the scene and making it look beautiful. So I'll run that IPR. Yeah, and gives us something fun. As I mentioned, let's render our Redshift camera because we don't want it to move. In case we are out of the camera and we are moving, our view here doesn't change because it is locked. Yeah, so this is our scene. Now, as you can see, there is light coming from this side. That like the main light is coming from this side. We also have a light below, so let's first set up the light below. Yeah, let's first set up the light below. I'll create another Redshift lights, area light. I'll name this below light. Yeah, and now we'll jump into it. Now, in case you need to use your light as a camera, you just come here to cameras and you go to use cameras, and then you use selected as camera, selected object as camera. When you select it, it will take you right into the light. Now I can use the light as a camera to position it well. Yeah, let's do this. Make it just something like that. And as you already can see, it is taking shape. The scene is taking shape, and yeah, it is starting to look like the way it looks like in the final render. I'll just try and position the light well, and then I don't need this light so bright, so an intensity of like 30% is enough, or even less, but I'll leave it at 30%. Now usually I would go on to duplicate this light and create another one, but now for the sake of the tutorial, I'll create a new area light. Now this is going to be our key light. Yeah, again, to position my light the way I want it to be, I'll come into cameras, use camera, selected object as camera, and I'll be able to position the light the way I want it to. Now usually I turn off the intensity of the dome light because I want to see the effect the lights are having on what, on the scene. Yeah, now I can put this light somewhere here and then make it a little bit bigger, because right now it is small and it is not doing much. So I'll just widen it a bit and then just back away from it a bit also. Yeah, something like that. And then this is way too intense. I'll make it 70. Yeah, make it 70 and then just jump in a little bit. And as you can see, we already have the look that I showed you. It's just these placards that I changed. Now for the intensity of the dome light, I'll just put it on 0.5 because again I don't want it too much. Yeah, I just want it just a little bit. And then for the key light, I will just do something like that. Something like that is nice. Yeah, and we already have the look we are going for. We already have the kind of image that we had in our mind. Yeah, so moving on, this is basically how I created the lighting. So there are like 3 lights. Nothing fancy. For the below light, we can change the color, make it just a teeny bit warm, something like that. But the danger of lighting a scene before you texture is when you add your materials, you'd have disaster. Now let's first test our light with a material. I'm using R25, the new layout, so the materials will be up here. This little icon here is your material manager, and I click on it and I come here. I can create materials. So I'll come to create, Redshift, materials, and I'll create a default material. So this is a Redshift standard material. Okay, I'll go into the material. Yeah, and for this kind of setup, for this kind of look, you'd need some noise to it. For you to achieve this kind of look, you'd need some noise. So I'm going to, right now we have our Redshift material. Now I'm going to drop in the maximum noise. Yeah, and then I'll drop in a ramp. This maximum noise is going to drive most of our textures. So I'll drag and drop it onto the diffuse color. Now I'll just drop it onto the model just so we can see the effect it is having, and you already see how it looks like. Now we are just going to experiment on different kinds of noise, because different kinds of noise create different kinds of looks. Like this one right here would create a different look. Now we'll just change. Let's first change the colors. Something like that. And then this would make it something like that. And you already see you're having those specks those nice specs. Yeah, those beautiful specs. Right now it looks a bit too big, so you can reduce on the scaling of the noise. Now for us to get to see exactly what is happening, we need to zoom in a bit. So we shall zoom in into the model, and for here I will render the perspective because we're on perspective. And as you can see, as I reduce, you can see the effect it is already having. When I increase, you can see how it looks like. So it's better for you to experiment on the way you want it to look, the way you want it to look like. So if I change this to white, you'd see how it is. If I made this a darker color, let's say black, you'd see how it is. So it is entirely up to you to choose your own preference. Yeah, it is entirely up to you to choose your own preference. As for me, I'd love to go with something like, I'm just going to swap out these colors, have that one like that, and then have this one lighter like that. Again, you can exchange the colors, have that one like that, and then something like this. Maybe this whole process entirely depends on you, so I'm taking a little bit of more time tweaking mine because I'm not yet satisfied with the look I'm getting, but we shall move on with this. Yeah, shall move on with this. Now, as you can see, we're having this weird looking reflection. Let's fix that. When you come to your noise, we are going to use the same noise to drive our reflection roughness channel, and just like that, you see the effect it has created. You can see how it has made the model more better. And if you so here is how ramps work. A lot of black means shiny, white means matte. That is how ramps work. It doesn't matter any color you use. Let's say red will be shiny, white will be matte. That's how it is. So I struggled understanding this, but I got a tutorial one day by some YouTuber called You and Me Academy, and that is how I got to learn this. So we just need this a bit, somewhere like that, and then this, let's make it dark. Okay, let's make this a bit lighter, a bit. Yeah, that works. And just like that, you have your materials ready. Now I'll go back to this because I'm not yet satisfied with this. I'm not really satisfied with this, and I'm going to keep on playing with it until I get the kind of look I want. Okay, stumbled on this one. It looks nice. What would happen if we made this white? I'll just leave it like this. Feels like the more I tweak, the more I spoil. And yet just need it to be like that. And then this We'll just leave it like that. Yeah, now you can go ahead and apply this to the material. You apply the material to the object and voila, you have your nice looking mouse. Yeah, you have your nice looking mouse. Honestly, I feel like this is a bit it might be the noise that we are using. Let's use some other noise. I'm not satisfied with it. I'm not really happy with it. I think it's the type of noise we are using. Let's try Naki. What about Luca? Electric. Yes, Boya. Perfect. Something like that. Yeah, also I don't need them so pronounced, like someone can notice it straight away. It's for someone to notice, like let's say someone is using this mouse. Yeah, that is when someone should notice, like, oh, there's this kind of specs on the mouse. Now I'll name this mouse and then I'll duplicate it and name these buttons. Now for the buttons, I'm going to create a bump map, and then I'll put this into the input and I'll drag it into the bump input so that we have some little kind of variation. I'm also going to change the colors, make it bluish and orange. Let's see how that comes out. So yeah, it has something like this, bluish and white. Again, this is a bit too rough, and yet what I'm looking for is something subtle. So I'll duplicate this ramp and I'll make this pass through the ramp and then come into the bump input so that I have something that is a bit toned down. The looks are still a bit rough, so I'll reduce on this. I'll put it on 0.5, reduce the scale, and that looks okay for me. Yeah, even this side I'll do the same. And yeah, there you have it. So for the bottom part of the mouse, I'll just duplicate this and drop it under. For the scroll wheel, this is bottom. For the scroll wheel, I'll just change again, make this a bit darker, darken it a bit, make this lighter, so I'll have something like that. When we put it here, does it look like this facility in our something is missing. Yeah, again I'll plug our noise into the reflection roughness. Yeah, and already we have, in fact I don't need this because I have my mouse here right now and it is not glossy on the wheels, so I'll just remove this and increase the roughness from here, make it matte, something like that. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically it. For the scroll wheel, inside the scroll wheel we shall create a new material, and then in this material we shall go to overall. Want it to be like that, and we increase the intensity to like 5. 5 is already too much, but who says we can't? It will still create something. Ooh. No. Wrong. Want it. Why? I want it here. I don't get it. Sounds not right. Something is definitely not right. So I just do this, select fill selection, and I'll apply. Okay. Do I need to reduce? I don't know why it is affecting my whole. Oh, it's affecting my whole model. I don't know why. It doesn't have to affect my whole model. How could I have gone wrong? It's affecting the whole model. That's strange. Is it me or? Okay, this is the body. Body 3, body 4. These ain't there even. Like if I'm to use okay, first put on this. Okay, so far so good. Final. Yeah, I've solved that. It was giving me problems. But yeah, solved it. Anyway, let's jump back into our camera and we see what is going on. What is going on now? We have created the lighting. We have created the materials. Now it is time to create the material for the floor. So create materials. This is floor. Mouse wheel glow. Oh shit. Yeah. For the floor, again, we want to keep it the same color palette. So something like this would be good. But I want to try roughness on 1 because I don't want any reflections on the floor. And this is looking already nice. I just have to, maybe something like that would be better. Yeah, we are looking nice so far, but our main light is too bright. And right now we need to just add a texture to it. So I'll quickly get textures from here, and I'll just give it raw light and it will reduce that intensity. Yeah, it has done what I wanted. I want to see how big this light is though, and how close it is to. So cameras selected, render from media depth perspective, yeah, something like that. So I'll make this 100 just to see the effect it has. I might even remove the texture so that it is, first lock this one and this one so that we can see how this light is behaving. Okay, let's reduce this intensity to 0.05, yeah, something like that, and then this comes up. Still not looking like this. Yeah, I think I've seen the problem, seen where the problem is, and I need to fix that right now. Yeah, that has solved it a bit. When we jump back into this, we can just zoom in a bit and bring this back to 0.5, and there we have it. Let's reduce this to 30. Actually, let's make it 60. Okay, 70. I'm happy with 70. So yeah, we are having something that is looking nice right now. Yeah, and at the beginning of the tutorial I told you we were going to create a simple animation. Now I'll just I'll add a dynamics tag to this. Simulation. I'll put a red body tag to it, and when it comes to dynamics, does someone know where I can get? This is for friction collision bounce. So transport body. I need some gravity. Where's gravity? Is that a dynamic body? It's a gravity. Okay, let's see. Nope, that's not what we wanted. No, that's not what we wanted. We are going to do it manually. Let's bring this up just a bit. Turn it around, just down just a little bit. Okay, so set a keyframe, move forward to 25 frames, rotate it a bit. This one needs to be a bit down. Set another keyframe, and on this keyframe you bring it down so that it settles. Something like that. So that would be the animation. And at this point I just jump into the scroll wheel. Look at where you're. Just bring this to the object. Scroll wheel is here. Yeah, that is enough. Now on the scroll wheel I'll create a keyframe, move forward to 50 frames, and then rotate this 360 degrees and put a keyframe. So you have now when the mouse is scrolling, I want these bars to move. So I'll come to base and plug, select the cloner, and then come to objects. Now there are many ways I could do this, but just to keep it simple, I'm just going to go to transform and animate the position. So I'll put a keyframe here in 50. Say they are moved up to like there. Let me put another keyframe. Oh no, that didn't happen. Jeez. See object. Okay, coordinates. It was on coordinates. Sorry, my bad. It was on coordinates. I'll put keyframes here, and on 50 frames I'll make it move. Let me just fix this. Mouse wheel animation, because right now it looks wonky. It is very wonky, so I'll come to animation and I'll delete that track. I'll just leave it on 0. One of the reasons why it looks wonky is because this wasn't set to 0, so I'll set it back. Now I'll put back my keyframe and I'll come to 50. the keyframe there. Let me first watch this without rendering. So it comes, settles, runs, comes, settles, runs, comes, settles, runs, something like that. Even here it will be the same, comes, settles, runs. Yeah, and that's how I created the simple lighting setup. If you found this helpful, before we continue now, some of these scenes will take long to render. The simple hack I have for that is in the render settings. When you come to Redshift and you come to advanced, there's sampling. Now on the unified sampling tab, I usually set this to 0.5, and then I activate the denoiser. That will take your renders from 0 to, from being slow to fast in no minutes. Let me just squeeze in these guys a bit, because it's something I've seen and I feel like I need to address it. Something like that. Make it a bit tighter. That's what she said. Anyway, moving on. Let's just make this white. Why not make this just white? Something like that. And then just our camera angle is the one that we need to tweak a little bit. Okay, did this, something like that, and yeah. That's how I created this render. If you found this tutorial helpful, please feel free to like and share with your friends. You can also leave a comment. If you found it helpful, you can leave a comment. For those who have followed the tutorial up to this, thank you. For now, I'm just going to make a few changes to my model. There's this part that I need to just select these faces, because I want them to glow also. So I'll select these faces, the logo, and I'll assign that to it. Also, this light is a bit far, so I need to bring it a bit above. Yeah, I need to bring it above a bit. Just need to rotate it. Oh, okay. So when you hold shift, you can rotate on 10. So I'll just bring this a bit like there. Jump into our camera and see what we have. That looks much better. Yeah. Yeah, again, for those who have followed the tutorial up to this point, thank you for following with me. I'll be sure to upload more content like this, and if you like more content like this, please leave a comment and also leave a like. subscribe to the channel. It helps grow the channel. And yeah, see you on the next one. Thank you.